A church surrounded by water in a flooded neighborhood in Kherson, Ukraine. June 8. Floodwaters from a collapsed dam in southern Ukraine have risen, forcing hundreds of people to flee their homes in a major emergency operation. In March 2022, Russia took control of the city. During the occupation, Padlewski, then rector, helped hold daily mass for a handful of parishioners. In November 2022, Ukrainian forces liberated the city. Maksym Padlewski, 37, is leader Roman Catholic Church of Sacred Heart Jesus in Kherson, a major city in southeastern Ukraine whose population fell from 300,000 to 71,000 during war. Padlewski was born in Kherson and this church was his childhood parish. According to the Ukrainian government, 87s fell the Kherson region in one night November. On Christmas Eve, explosions from Russian ing could be heard throughout the city. 2 days later, Ukrainians reported that Russian artillery shells hit the train station and killed a police officer, as about 140 people tried to evacuate. A year ago, a Russian rocket hit the Sacred Heart while 3 children were rehearsing for their Christmas show. It was a fiasco that took place on floor of church rectory. And Ukrainian army destroyed unexploded ordnance within 2 hours. The primary source Get Globe Opinions Weekly Take on Politics, published every Wednesday. This year Sacred Heart escaped a direct hit. In the church, whose origins date back to 1787, parishioners held a service with Padlewski on Christmas Eve. This modest building, which was used as a movie theater during the Soviet Union, was rebuilt in 2009. It now stands just blocks away from the barbed wire, blown-out windows and mine warning that are stark reminders of war. Mauricio Limanyt During my 2-week trip to Ukraine, I stayed at church and had the privilege of watching 5 children put on a funny show during the Christmas Eve service. As I looked at those children dressed as wise men singing American Christmas Carol Little Drummer Boy, I thought there is no way the United States and its European allies can continue to let Vladimir Putin Russian military keep them going. Ukraine is harming its children. The Church of the Sacred Heart of Jesus is less than 10 miles from the zero line where Ukrainians and Russians could kill each other face to face. Kherson is a strategic and economic prize. It is divided by the Dnipro River, a tributary of the Black Sea, and Russia still controls Eastern Kherson. I came here to witness the destruction that Republicans in Congress, including my state, seem increasingly unwilling to stop. The MAGA movement behind former President Donald Trump running strong in Arizona. And it is this wing of the Republican Party that primarily responsible for delaying President Biden's request for $60 billion in critical military and humanitarian aid to Ukraine. If Arizona MAGA's opposition this is principled, it is also ironic 90% of security aid Ukraine was spent the United States.